guys on a day that Barry gets honored to run the ball like you guys did today? What was the key there?
Key, I don't know what the key was, other than our guys were fired up and excited to play in front of Barry today. And we talked about that, with the blackout and Barry and being in town and obviously honoring him with the statue out front. So we just didn't want to disappoint, and our guys played really, really hard and ran hard. You can see that. And we expected a great shot from TCU today, and they've been playing well. It seems like every week we're playing someone that's coming off of a great win, and it was no different this week in playing TCU, but we were able to establish the run game. We wanted to do that. The one I was proud about was in the second half. We got the football to start the second half, and not to start it, but after our defense had stopped them, we talked about trying to put together a methodical, longer drive and establish the run game again in the second half and punch it in. And it went right by the script. So hats off to the guys. They really took control of that first drive of the second half and made it happen.
You mentioned the idea that teams seem to play their best game before they play you. Do you look at that and just kind of shake your head and say, seriously? How do you react to that?
I know we've got it again, right, with Tech.
Yeah.
They got themselves a great win today. But it's been good. It's actually a blessing because it makes everybody refocus, re-energize, and understand just how hard it is to get a W. So this week with TCU, they've had their ups and downs, but they got a huge one last week against Baylor, and they looked really, really good. So it made everybody focus. The same thing happened the week before with West Virginia. They were coming in pretty hot as well, and we were going up there, and that's a tough place to play. So our guys got focused for that one, and the defense was lights out. So it's been actually working to our advantage a little bit, and getting the guys prepared and practicing well.
What do you think with the run game, not just of Jalen Warren's strength, but also now that you have Desmond Jackson and Dominique Richardson and those guys backing him up, just what do you think of their involvement now?
Well, I think that we can go downhill and run the football whenever we want to, essentially, and be able to rotate guys through being fresh. So obviously Jalen's a great running back and he's our guy, but if he has to come out for a series or two or a play or whatever, we stick the next guy in and it's the next man up. So Desmond's been through a bunch of battles, and Dominic's been through a bunch of battles, and those guys have all collected 100-yard games. So there's, we don't blink when the next guy goes in.
We had a little bit of the same mentality going with the offensive line tonight. Couple of injuries there. It seemed like the young guys held up there as well.
Yeah, they did. Tyrese I thought played really well. We'll see, when the grades come out, but it didn't jump out to me that he made any real glaring mistakes. So I thought the big kids, obviously, they took control of the offensive line, the line of scrimmage, and they did a good job, with whoever was in there at the time. So. And then, when the younger guys came in, and like Coach Gundy's talked about a lot, we're practicing our twos and our threes quite a bit. So when they get in, they can function. And they did a nice job of trying to close the game.
Last question for Coach.
You mentioned a few weeks ago when Jaden got in that you wanted to see him run a bit more physically. He sheds, I think, 4 tackles on that touchdown run.
Well, it was fantastic.
Impress you a bit more?
Yeah, I was sitting up in the box and I was watching that. It came on the screen, and it was a beautiful run. And I told Waz, I was like, man, that's a heck of a run. He goes, well, yeah, it's kind of at the end of the game. I said, no matter when it comes, that was a talented run. Jumping over, leaping over a guy, the balance, the speed, breaking a tackle, that's fun. He'll be a really good player.